Can you, for the
So,
viewers out there, quickly
mhm.
clarify what Helsinki Reds is?
Well, it was until this year the only Dota 2 organization we've ever had in Finland, actually.
And now you've got.
And we've got Havu Gaming, actually.
There we go. Look at that. We got a
So,
little bit of Finnish history together,
yeah,
guys.
we do, we do. I mean, Finland is a producer of excellent Dota players, so
Yeah, that is true. You've got about five compared to
yeah,
UK's
maybe
zero.
six, maybe six in total. So, how much does
Uh,
UK have?
I just said zero, right? You
You said
can't
zero.
flame me. I already
Hey, hey,
self-flamed.
hey!
I already self-flamed. Oh,
Okay, I
Jesus.
mean, you can self-flame yourself, but you've got
Yeah.
Tanner, you've got Adzantic.
Yeah.
That's already two guys. You might maybe
That's
you can add you.
no, 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 no,
Maybe.
no. Let's not get carried away now.
All right, all right.
I do like the idea of Live to Win's drafted. They're very aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
very active in the idea of anti-mage. He's normally forces you to be 4v5, but when you pick up these heroes that like to skirmish, you suddenly have this ability to just want to fight a lot earlier. And Morphling as a hero also kind of has the same issue as anti-mage. He needs to be locked into one or two items. So yeah, it'll be I actually kind of like Live to Win's drafts. I think they can be very strong, but Cascade, Tiny Void Spirit Clock, these are pick off kings, and Invoker and Furion, they like to be a little bit more out there. So yeah, I think actually both lineups are very active. They have the same philosophy of just three actives plus a very farm intensive carry. So they just
Yeah.
need to round out whoever like Liftman have the last pick, so you expect them to have like the gotcha pick, but yeah, both teams kind of having the exact same playstyle in their draft. Kind of
They do.
interesting.
And I think the way that they're building these like control stun heavy lineups at least into this game one,
Yeah.
you can see that there's a lot of similarities. There's some openings that you can create or answer to. So you have both like active and reactiveness in your lineup.
Hold on a second, Panda. You told me that I had to buy a can of Monster to put it on the behind the BTS Pro Series because they're sponsored by Monster, by the way.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the hell's your bleeding can of Monster in your background?
I'll show it to you. It's hidden for a secret. It's hidden for a
Oh, okay.
secret.
No, no, it's fine. All right. I'm sorry for ruining your secret,
It's all good.
but
It's all good.
I just saw I saw the shot and I'm like,
You
how
were.
dare I?
You
How
almost sound like
dare I?
you almost sound like you're disappointed that I made you do
I
it.
am. I am. No, I'm not
Oh,
disappointed. Look, it looks bloody fantastic.
it
If
does.
anything, but
To be honest,
I was
now
my
I mean,
jimmies are rustled.
literally when I'm talking to you, I'm looking at my other screen right now. So I'm looking at you, and I see all those candle lights in the background. Is that the Ukraine background right there? Is that the
No, no, no.
Night City
No,
going on, or
no,
do you have a
no.
bunch of candles set up on your?
It's literally LEDs, mate. You know what I mean?
It's okay, okay. I have been, I am
Did you think it was the
I've been,
fucking?
I've been mesmerized. Oh my god, I've been mesmerized so bad. Oh,
You actually thought it was like the? I could tear down
it
the paper
literally
if you
looks
want.
like you have like this penthouse and you've got like the city, the towers, the lights in the back. Okay, it's just Christmas lights.
I
God damn it.
can't. How far does this move?
I can't even.
All right, I can't move it that far. All right, maybe I've absolutely scuffed your alignment. Oh well.
All
We
right.
can we can fix this. You know, we can do a what's outside T's window after the break.
Mm. Well, we can do that. We can do that. Anyway, actually,
Yeah.
let me
Legion,
look at.
good pick.
Not bad. It's not bad pick at all.
It's the idea that Cascade they want to have this. They can fight, but now anti-mage. When he wants to join these early fights, if there's a Blink Blade Mail on the Legion, you start chaining kills. Like they are going to be able to just build up this free dual damage. Like there isn't any save built into Live to Win's draft. So, actually, for a team that I have no information on, I actually kind of like this type of draft that they've achieved. But again, it does fall flat for the idea that if they don't win these early fights, if they suddenly do get outmaneuvered, then they are, you know, zero damage creep hitters. The Legion, the Morphling don't really provide anything. But if they get that ball rolling, suddenly this Legion can be a key component. But Live to Win have last pick, so we'll see what gotcha they're going to bring today.
Yeah, purges at least are nice to have. Like considering hard dispels. I didn't actually look, but did we have the Omni Knight banned or the Oracle? Like these hard dispels.
Maybe. Ooh, cheeky little CM though. Fair play.
CM. Mm-hmm. Trying to piece up together. Live to Win's had a good track record in like the last few weeks. They've got some experience playing some really good teams. Cascade, weren't they the open qualifier team?
They did qualify for a qualifier that was open. Yes, they did beat the likes of.
So they are the open qualifier team, yeah, with Spider Pigs. All right.
They beat Extremum. That was the big team that they beat
Oh,
to get to this. Yeah, that's the Oh, mate, Oh, mate, that lad, he had a beautiful career, and then last couple of years he's kind of been not there. So unfortunate for the chap, but yeah, we open qualifier team Cascade.
Interesting to see what's going to happen here with Cascade, how they play this out. Also, if I look, wait, hang on, Shizu. He should be, yeah, he's the mid. Never mind. Yeah, Zitrax carry Void Spirit. Do they put the Void still in mid and morph carry? Because that would make sense laning wise. Or do they just put the Void Spirit safe lane? He's going up against an MP. Not fun.
No, honestly, it can go either way. I think both Morph and Void Spirit can lane, but I think they might want Void Spirit into the Furion just because he has better armor and wave clear to deal with the potential Furion. Also, there's kill potential with a CM. So I actually think just putting Morphling mid just to farm up against Invoker. Invoker's quite a weak early laner. So yeah, I think I actually don't mind having the Void Spirit as a carry, so to speak, in that safe lane. Instant pause though. Wouldn't be Dota 2 in 2020 if there wasn't a pause at the start of the game. A couple meows, a couple boos, a couple nightmare noises, try harder sound strategy, and 17 laughs.
A lot.
That's about it. Yeah. That's what, mate. I'm providing my new niche is providing the analysis on things that literally mean nothing. You know, like a high five, a tip, chat wheel, drawing on the mini map. That actually means something though. To be fair, so keep your eyes on that.
Yeah, welcome to the pub education cast, so to say.
Exactly. Also, I have no idea if what's the camera situation here, Panda? Like,
are we
now in the game? Okay,
we're in the game right now. So if you want us to throw into if you want to transition to just us, we can do that.
Oh, what? No, please.
If you want to keep the pause screen, that's also fine by me. This is fun actually. I get to be the producer again. It's been a while.
Yeah. I was just checking our limits, you know, as a. And also, now that you're producer, you can really lean into the whole TNT, the dynamite, you know. Rather than having a normal segue, you can just have a gif of it going, and then here we take off our shades, you know. Like,
man, I need some graphical value. Yeah. That's the only thing that I need. But otherwise, it's actually quite relieving because you know, I get to be the producer. I get to be the observer, I'm the caster, I'm the studio host as well, and you're the analyst and the analyst. So
all right.
Are you
trying to devalue my work here?
I'm not, because you are the man. You're the man. Titles. You're actually, I'll add in. You are, in a sense, you are the host and the entertainer because you take care of our beloved viewers, the Twitch chat, which I don't have time to look at. I appreciate they're there. Okay. I can notify they're there, but you can literally actually talk to them and tell them, guys, we have a delay though. That's the only thing in between. I don't know how many minutes, but we're on a delay, so do apologize on that end as well.
I have no idea.
But game itself, we got the pause out of the way, and Cascade are smoked up as 5. Remember the last time we saw something like this happen?
Yeah.
FN is in for a hard time, maybe. Here comes Miroslav. No, he leads the troops. FN is going to get body blocked. This is just bullying. Okay, he gets past him. The battery is also not enough, but the remnant's there. And it's 45 seconds into the game, and KidGuvnor gets first blood on the clockwork. Is that enough for boots? No, it's not enough for boots yet.
That is a great start. Oh, mate, Clockwork, they thrive on early move speed. So the fact he did get a cheeky bit of gold there from FN, and, you know, I just love the fact that a day before the patch comes out, teams really started trying to think about, like, the type of moves made. Well, Seneko as well, getting a little bit, you know, poked and prodded, but yeah, he's not a dead man. It's deep by tier 2.
Though, I do have to say, I love the aggression from Cascade this early on, but Zitrax, when you lost one mid, you might lose another. Or carry, in this case, by the looks of it. Zitrax trying to make it out. That Treant is desperately trying to body block Zitrax, but doesn't quite get ahead. A lot of damage dealt, though.
Yeah, the key thing here, though, look at the itemization of the Void Spirit of the Morphling. It is going to be that Morphling mid. Zitrax is going to be playing into that kind of carry lane.
All right.
So, yeah.
Shenanigans.
Oh, and he's TPing. Oh, is there a salve on KidGuvnor? Okay, there is.
There is.
If there wasn't a salve here, I'd have been... My jimmies would have been very rustled.
And instead of buying boots, KidGuvnor, with that first blood, he's buying another salve. He's got some tangos and a clarity, and it's actually sending him back home. He's going to buy even more stuff.
KidGuvnor
is going to be a big courier.
After this game, he's going to be like, Zitrax, mate, what have you done? Like, I literally could have had boots at minute, 2, but because of your inability to keep HP on your hero, I had to buy you a salve. You've griefed my game, said Cascade.KidGuvnor.1expert.
You have griefed my start. But yeah, this is a pretty annoying lane for the Void Spirit. Consider you don't really get to see the Void safe lane every time. NP, one of the strongest laners. You've got a Blightstone picked up. Earth Spirit, who loves to play aggressive. I'm not liking the safe lane Void because of the matchup. I like the idea of having it in the safe lane, but it's just the matchup is bad.
Yeah, it's not great. And when I said he had high armor, I meant he could buy a Ring of Protection, have armor, because he actually doesn't have armor as a hero. Especially when Blightstone's in play. Very sad, actually. Yeah, it's just awkward. I think Cascade's laning phase fundamentally has a couple of flaws in regards to just the strength of Live to Win's heroes and their ability to always find the farm. Like, if you look at bottom lane real quick, Mastery and this Tiny, they're having to do some shenanigans to get the creeps in a comfortable position. Anti-Mage will always farm against Legion. This is a trade-off that you have. Legion beats you in the game, but in the lane, Anti-Mage free farms. And if you look to the other lanes as well, Furin, he's already winning top, and then Invoker, he's going to go even in mid. So, yeah, Cascade, they're a lineup that needs to be able to break down lanes and fight, but the heroes that they picked don't give them that instant advantage. They're going to have to look for a good rotation to mitigate those early issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Nothing, not much to that. That was just like, alright, now I'm thinking where to go next. I was like, that is so really well filled in. Zitrax, 150 HP. Battery Assault from Kidaro. Earth Spirit trying to get a right click in. Doesn't quite get it. Resonant Pulse going to give that extra bit of shield, so to say.
Salve number 2, please, Kidaro. Yep. Thank you for your service. Most beautiful.
By the looks of it, Kidaro actually bought a Fairy Fire and a stick, so bringing even more regen to this lane. How much more is he going to buy? He's sending the courier again. Another salve number 3.
Yeah.
He is supplying.
Who's a good little support? You are.
I almost feel like this Clockwork is a traveling merchant for some
he
sense.
is. I feel like this is one of those times where I wish we had interviews in this game, because like you want to know, yo, Kidaro, were you buying the salve, or was Zitrax telling you to buy the salve? Like, but no, in fairness, meme aside, he does need to buy the regen. His Void Spirit is under pressure, so him buying the salve is very good. If it's Zitrax or his idea, doesn't matter. Zitrax just needs to be able to get levels and survive in top lane.
Yeah. Shisu only 8 CS. Meanwhile, Mastery actually gets a kill on Suneko. Dreams also dropped to 100 HP. Really wants that Ring of Health, but so far away from getting one. Though, double couriers, that's a Wraithband and Tangos. Parts of the wand. Tiny's already stalking for these couriers. He knows something's up.
Suneko brought in the salve as well.
So much
the game
salve,
of salves. Yeah,
the game of salves, indeed. I said, wait, was that an Urn pickup? Yeah, Urn on the Earth Spirit. Decent timing.
Yeah, I like the itemization on Earth Spirit. The idea that you just rush the Urn level 1 before boots level anything, and you even start with like the components of Urn. It's kind of a cool idea. But again, doesn't matter, because tomorrow there's a patch, so everything I'm saying, guys, means literally nothing, because in 24 hours it'll be different.
FN goes invis as Tiny's bullying him the whole time, and there's a sentry on top of the cliff, so that's also been revealed. 6 seconds for Avalanche. Does he read his movements? And he's got that arcane rune.
He doesn't.
Right, now he realizes something's up. That goes.
He needs to do the avatar. Nah, he's a liver. Don't worry, man. FN ain't gonna die here, unless he runs back into the sentry. But no.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting. Is he gonna is the Tiny going high ground or not to see like, oh, I see the debuff. He's here somewhere, but he's actually moving towards bottom. It's going to be a difficult one because Mastery's being bullied on the tower, and he's going to go down. Dream will get a kill for himself. Miroslav comes in with a combo and trades Suneko. And here's the 5-minute bounties as well, so AM's going to get the freedom to pick these up. Immersion is also here. Does he roll in? He misses he misses the bounty.
He tried, though. He tried. A for effort. CS-wise, though, Dire actually coming out on top. I don't know how much that translates into net worth, though. It's very even, simply because they're having to buy a lot more regen. Like I said, Cascade's lanes, they kind of exist and they don't have kill threat. So that naturally means they take more damage, they apply damage, and they have to buy regen. So even though they have the CS, if you show net worth, very much an even game. If anything, it's actually looking pretty okay for Radiant.
Yeah. We take a quick glimpse on the net worth, but I'll still keep the CS stats for now, because I think the big change here is Morphling going up from 8 CS to 21 in like the last 1.5 minutes.
Yeah,
so
it does help that FN was invisible in the lane getting chased by
yeah. That really brought this Morphling back in CS. Kidaro going down though. Immersion gets one. Zitrax goes on a jump onto Afterlife, uses one charge of his ulti. Drops the NP to 300 HP. Has that level 6 advantage now and is really bullying him.
Oh, there's so much pressure on the map. You talk about top, and suddenly, meanwhile, the Tiny comes into mid. Just throws a cheeky toss out, but they don't have the continued damage to actually kill him there. So.
I actually really like that, because the Void Spirit, he's level 6 in top. He's getting to bully 1 versus 2, and then you have like an extra support for your mid. For example, Mastery, though, in big trouble. And Dream will get a second. Oh, one FN goes down, though. Off lane for a mid.
FN, he thought he was safe mid, especially after surviving that first gank, but this time around, when you have the waveform, when you have a little bit more kind of pip in your step, he does finally drop. And this is on the catapult wave as well, so very good for Cascade to start applying some pressure.
Yep.
Invoker really does need some help.
For Lift to win as well, if we see that 10-minute Alacrity catapult. Just smacking those towers down, because it's possible. FN is going for Quaswex, so cannot take that out of the equation. Soneko in for a bit of a surprise here from Tiny. Avalanche toss. Shisu with the right clicks. Immersion comes in, though. Gets the Silence Tornado. Is it going to be enough? No. 200 HP. So close, but not enough. 3 seconds for
no
toss.
Mana on the Morphling.
Yeah, no mana. Tiny still has toss available, but he's trying to get it off. He can't get it. Now he's tanking tower hits as well. Oh, the rolling comes out from Immersion onto Shisu. And he's able to walk out from this one. Morphling's fine. Tiny, another. All right, relentless. Doesn't want to keep let go of the pressure, so to say. Meanwhile, in bottom, Mastery going down for death number 3. So Neko might have to kill steal this one if Dream doesn't catch him. Oh, Jukes! The Jukes, the slow should come out from Crystal Nova. And the blink in 2 seconds. Isn't going to be enough, though, because Zitrax is here. They have sprung the trap onto the anti-mage. And it just might be a kill. Yes, it will! Mastery gets it! Bravo! Bravo! Hands down, beautiful play.
You weren't a believer. You said he was dead, but Mastery, he heard you. He heard the cries of T-Panda and said, no, not today. I will juke, I will live. And then Zitrax, really nice TP, punishing the overextension of Dream. All right, good stuff.
Well, yeah, those things happen. That was beautifully played out and comms as well. Like Zitrax, like, hey, I can actually help you out because of that one singular juke in the trees allowed Mastery to get such a big lead advantage on the chase that your carry player can just TP in and, well, snatch one and let you get one of those kills. So now onto the Earth Spirit, Immersion. He does have a roll.
Zitrax.
And FN, okay, Zitrax might be a bit too deep here because Afterlife and FN are both here. And this is going to be a dead Void Spirit. Well,
all right. Oh well. He made one good play.
Yeah. I was going to say the same. Like, he started it off brilliantly, but now it kind of took away from the worth. However, Dream in trouble. Duel comes out onto the counter spell. And is it going to be enough? Toss in the air. Yes, it will.
That's a tip. Come on, guys. If you want to use your tips right now, like...
Tip worthy.
He dies to Zitrax bottom, then dies to a rotation top. And yeah, Cascade are doing a really good job at just stunting this anti-mage's game. If you look at his items right now, he is nowhere near Battle Fury. Oh, mid lane.
Beautiful. FN. Max range tornado into the silence from Tiny, who picks up one. Oh, man. I mean, the silence from the Earth Spirit and Tiny kills of the Earth Spirit. That's what I was supposed to say, as we all saw.
The perfect thing here is for Live to win. They actually have a lot of kill threat in Morphling because, like you just mentioned, you have that silence from the Earth Spirit, and then you suddenly layer in a big tornado or that kind of EMP on top, and Morphling can easily go from 100 to 0 if he's, you know, fully agi shifted.
This'll come in handy.
But, oh, Soneko getting the courier. Oh, devil.
Yep, duel comes out from Mastery, looking for the dual victory tornado, and he does get the damage in the end, but there's also the Magnetize from Immersion, decent amount of damage, and Mastery's LC is down. One teleport does go off, and that's the Tiny going back home. So
all right, quick Q&A if anyone on Twitch is listening. If you're a Legion player there, do you find that valuable? You know, you get the dual damage. So 1, is it worth dying for dual damage? Or 2, it's not worth dying for dual damage? Quick Q&A, thank you. 1, worth, 2, not worth.
Yeah, we will be having these social experiments throughout this entire week, so have your fingers ready on the keyboard at all times.
Yeah, exactly that. What we like to hear.
Because this is what we're for. We are educating at the same time as we also learn. You also might learn something. Now fighting in top. Duel comes out again, holding the anti-mage in place. Miroslav comes in to help him out, but he's got no abilities left. The Frostbite keeps the LC in place. Zitrax coming in with the ulti jumps. Doesn't get the connection with the Remnant, though, but he finds Soneko. And Kidaro's also here. No hookshot. Now there's a hookshot because Clockwork just hits level 6, though it's only 1 pick off for them. They get to hold the tower. Successful fight as well.
So the repercussions of this engagement top from Lift to win is 1, they allow their anti-mage to start farming up the map where Cascade didn't, you know, TP from.
Well,
are they going to kill FN as well?
Oh, we'll have to see. He's holding his ground pretty well.
They have a sentry and they have dust. So I was about to say, so they allow the anti-mage to farm bottom, but the perfect thing from Cascade is identify the fact that they over-rotate to top lane, and they need to somehow pressure to anti-mage. So they send the Morphling to bot to the lane. Now anti-mage can't farm bottom. His team are now fighting top, in which Invoker dies as well. So Cascade, when they're 4v whatever top, they're getting kills. And anti-mage is relegated back to the jungle once again. So this is going to be, at best, like a 15, 16 minute Battle Fury, if he even finds a couple kills. So yeah, Cascade are doing a really good job at just punishing the early aggression from Lift to win. And it's a product of just Morphling being a we can't ever touch him type hero now.
Well, from jump on the back lines here. Soneko dropping low. Zitrax tanks a massive NP ulti to the face. And he's instantly taken out. Miroslav will follow suit, getting the kill on Soneko at least. Kidaro still following up with the rocket flare just to make sure the kill takes place. FN with a double kill, 3-3-3 in this Invoker.
I may have cursed, I may have jinxed it, mate, you know? Like, I just said how well they're doing, then one fat EMP comes in and Cascade have no fight. And I guess that's maybe another good talking point, is for Live to win, they can crush any fight if the Invoker gets the EMP off. If he misses the EMP, suddenly that's when Cascade can dominate. So, yeah, watch out for FN, all eyes on FN.
It can be a big impact in how this game is dictated to go in the few minutes to come, so to say. Since Quas-Wex Invokers, do they scale that well into late game? What's their real goal, especially? Because I feel like you need to end the game in like a fairly early manner as a Quas-Wex Invoker, if it's really down to you.
I think it's just about the movements, in my opinion. Like you can talk about how he skills or how he builds, but for Live to win, they keep throwing their bodies top, and this is just giving Morphling this completely free game, and that's where Cascade, they're buying their time waiting for this like E-Blade timing, and then they'll look for a big fight. And I just like, Live to win, they have no jungle control right now. They are very much locked into just fighting, and it bodes well for the idea of Live to win series, but for the anti-mage, he needs a lane, and he doesn't have a lane right now with how spread Cascade are on the map. Immersion soon has the Vessel that could be decent timing, 500 gold away to punish the Morphling, especially as Morphling is going for the E-Blade build. You're going to have always a big window to punish him.
Zitrax is trying to make an illusion play, but it doesn't work out because their smokes have popped on the Void Spirit, so it's a valiant effort, but you have been revealed, my friend. Their roll comes in from Immersion. The hook shot doesn't connect from Kidaro, and Zitrax is dead. Here comes Afterlife from the back as well. Clockwork is just a piece of meat. There's not much meat in that metal suit. And onto the LC. Mastery Courier is also dead. Here comes the Cold Snap. And LC will lose his life as well. 3 kills, double kill for Dream. Anti-Mage getting some recovery from that early game.
Easy. That's what they should be saying, Live to win. It's kind of the idea that when you're a little bit behind and you're against aggression, if you just hold one area of the map, then eventually the enemy will run into it. Zitrax, he tries to make a very cute play with the illusion, but if there wasn't a smoke there, he probably would have been able to get a couple kills. Simply because that smoke, they identify he is one of the 2, potential heroes. Instantly turns it around and kills him. So I love the confidence from Zitrax. So just the ability to try and make these plays, but one smoky boy dismantles that.
15 minutes into this now, a lot of brawling, 26 kills. I'm positively approaching this game because, you know, first game of the day, a lot of kills, a lot of action. Kind of, it doesn't really tell too much about either team. It's just like a lot of brawling, a lot of fighting. Their lineups kind of allows it to happen. There's mistakes here and there. It's jolly good action for the basic viewer, let's just say.
That is true. Very, very active. And if you're a Live to Win fan, you should be kind of happy because guess what? Big boy Dream, he just got his Battle Fury at around 15, 16 minutes. So it isn't all doom and gloom. And the question here is, I think, they should be happy because Morphling is going for this E-Blade. If Morphling was going for a Manta and then E-Blade after, Live to Win would have a lot of issues. But because of this Morphling's desire for aggression, it might be the big shortcoming of Cascade where he does fall victim to a Vessel or a Silence.
It's also the, oh, okay.
Alright, quick update on the Twitch poll. It basically was a resounding 100% yes worth. Literally no one said 2. And no one even memed either, so yeah. Good job, guys.
Because that's one thing, talking about LC versus the Anti-Mage lineup, which I agree, because LC is one of the counters to Anti-Mage in terms of how the heroes work.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, in laning phase, you don't really counter, but in the game, as soon as you get Blink Blade Mail, Anti-Mage has to be careful. Your counter spell does nothing, because guess what? He's drawling you, or you're drawling him. Either way, Legion's a happy boy. And the big play that Anti-Mage can make is when you get Manta, because when the Legion does blink in, if he stutters on his duel and you Manta, you disconnect the spell being used, and he has to then try and duel again. Of course, you now have 3. It's hard to find the correct one.
And with that, escalating damage is going to be even scarier for the Anti-Mage to ever show up, because the LC might just, well, I'm just going to stay hidden in the trees, hunting the whole time. I don't need to reveal myself. I don't need to farm anything. I can just solely focus on killing the Anti-Mage if my team requires me to do so. So that is always a positive sign, at least for Cascade in this game. And with that shotgun, it is now ready. Cascade, what do they do with it, I think is the big question, because obviously they want to fight and find a kill, but I've seen a lot of reveals with the E-Blade go wrong, like the shock and awe of exploding someone fails, and they're like, okay, now what?
But I want to see that too. I don't care how it goes, I just want to see them fight.
I just want to see it. Alright, let's see if they do.
But more importantly, we have Tiny with the Blink, the Legion with the Blade Mail 500 away from Blink, so potentially if they were trying to be disciplined, they might want to wait for them.
Did you spot the Desolator on the Void Spirit?
I did,
First item Deso.
Yeah. It's very good because, of course, it applies to your Astral Step when you, you know, path over them. It does extra damage, so...
Spicy.
Yeah, it's very nice. Archery, though.
The aggression does come out from Live to Win first, jumping straight onto Mastery, looking for the duel, but Cold snaps right away, and he's just going to get punished inside the trees. Nowhere to go. Hookshot does come out, though, onto Afterlife. The Cog's holding 2 heroes inside, and Clockwork dropping low as they just gets the jump in the backline. Soneko with a beautiful ulti onto several heroes. Shizu comes in with a shotgun, goes for 1. Tiny Font finishes the second, and Dream comes in with a big nuke right into the face, and he's getting some backup from Soneko with 1 Frostbite. Meanwhile, buyback coming in from Immersion, and Shizu, he's all alone here. Where are all your buddies? They're all dead in the graveyard. There's your shock and awe with the shotgun. You will end up losing 4 heroes in your team.
And that's the story of the E-Blade first. Cascade, they had a timing being aligned, like I mentioned. They had this Blink on the Tiny, soon to be Blink on Legion. They had E-Blade and Deso. Like, they had items on all heroes. The issue is their engagement. It starts with Live to Win trying to create a pickoff. Cascade then one by one enter that fight. The Legion never has any value, and then suddenly Live to Win are able to capitalize on the lack of mana on Morphling. A great buyback from Earth Spirit, identifying that and netting a kill, killing the Tiny once again in mid lane.
Working out nicely. Mastery, he's holding on to press the attack. He's just standing in the back line. Hold the kill while he throws it down on the Clockwork, but Kidaro's dead anyway. I just love how he's standing there like, I will heal you.
Alright. Quick trivia question. Anti-Mage, if you look at his quick buy right now, what item in the new patch do you think this would create? Of course, right now it's Manta, double Skadi. Only the wrong answers, please. I'm gonna say Dagon level 1. Triple Ultimate Orb, point booster. That's your Dagon. That's your entry level Dagon. For triple orb and point booster, absolute steal from the Frog himself.
So triple orb and the point booster, what item
only
does it
wrong
make?
answers.
Only wrong answers. Alright, I feel like... I mean, it's got this Sange-like red kind of thing, so I feel like it might just be a halberd.
Halberd. So Halberd now has no evasion, but it's just a big stat overload. I'm down.
It's a big stat overload. It's kind of like, you could almost say, if you want to invent a new item, you could talk about the Trident. I think it's in the POG game.
Hold on, though. FN mid lane.
Yep. Nice jump. Here we go. Shotgun to the face, and bye-bye. And here comes Dream. Instant revenge. Instant karma. Is that what's going to happen here? They've got themselves Kadaro in the cogs. He's down. Dream is holding himself in the back line. There's the duel coming out as well. At the same time, holding the Earth Spirit in place. Not the best target, but at least something. Shizu, he's surviving the silences, but he got another silence in the face, and he's dead. Double kill for Suneko, and Dream is falling, but they can't see him. They can't see. The anti-mage just blinks away, and Mastery blinks right after. He's like, oh, there he is. Gets the kill. Another Orchid silence goes out from Afterlife. Mastery instantly purges it away. What a goofy fight.
The key thing is Cascade is showing their ability to use their timing. They have the damage, they have the items. They just need to be able to play together and execute. Live to win. They are technically at a big disadvantage right now. Even though they're 3k up, their items and entry-level damage just isn't there compared to E-Blade, a Deso, a Blink on Tiny. When you look at Live to Win, it's a farming Battle Fury, you know? The Invoker with a 4-star. Live to Win are basically surviving and bridging that gap of their lack of entry to the game. But they're still the ones out on top, simply because they are the ones playing as 5. They are utilizing EMP very well. They have got this versatile on Earth Spirit. They use buyback. Like, Live to Win is playing better in the fights, and that's what's giving them this advantage. But Cascade, in this mid fight especially, they did showcase, wait a second, if we initiate at the same time, jump them, we have this insane damage. And I think the big highlight for me in this fight was simply when Tiny tossed his Morphling back in. He was like, no, buddy, you're not running away. You bought a fighting item. Now fight another one. He's like, yeah. And then like a second later, Morphling's like, I died. It's like, Tiny, up for a review.
I was like, oh no, you don't. You go back in. Meanwhile,
it's like at war, you know, when like they retreat, you get like put into war prison or whatever it is. You're not allowed to flee the battlefield. Same thing here. Tiny is that guy. He is the. Well, I don't. Is there a phrase for it? I don't know. Oh well. Moving on.
I don't know about that though.
All day. TPing top.
Yeah, there was an attempt on bottom to find the Invoker in front of the tier 3 tower, but now we're having action on the other side of the map. It's going to be Immersion and Afterlife chasing a poor level 9 Clockwork. Guys who are like 6 levels big. This is literally like secondary school students bullying on a primary school student. You don't do that kind of thing. It's wrong. But still, Afterlife hidden with the Glimmer Cape. Where's the detection? Meanwhile, Shizu, shotgun has been used on the Earth Spirit. Only takes him down to 50%, but he's dead. Here comes Dream. This is Live to Win's fight to win right now, or to lose as Mastery pops his Blade Mail. Can't get to anybody. He can't duel anybody. He doesn't even have his Blink Dagger because he's constantly being bullied. Citrax is down. 3 heroes dead from Cascade.
Crikey.
Crikey, indeed. I didn't see what happened to the Morphling. I just heard the shotgun go off, and he's silenced, and he's dead.
Yeah, he simply just got silenced by the Earth Spirit into Tornado AMP, and he had no mana. He then also couldn't shift up at the last second because he was cold snapped. So very unfortunate for them.
Very aggressive play. It's a bit early into the Roche pit, would you say? And here comes the... Okay, they're going 1 by 1, but this duel might just pay off. No, it's not enough. Dream will take 20 duel damage. Kidaro's dead as well.
Cascade are crumbling.
1 by 1.
And this is the key thing here. As you guys do watch on, it's just the ability to have numbers is the big identifier for Live to Win winning this game. They got the pickoff, they had numbers advantage, they forced the fight. It's when they easily, this game could be completely different. If Cascade had waited a couple minutes for some of their plays and really kind of played as like big unit, just playing off of their initiation, easily could have been different. But unfortunately for Cascade, they weren't able to do it, and now Live to Win, 7k up. Anti-Mage has got over that hurdle of, oh wait, I might die, and he's feeling pretty confident.
8,000 gold ahead. Let's look at the graphs momentarily. XP almost 10k. That's a massive one.
That's big. That's a lot. Yep.
If you look at hero levels, Clockwork's 9, CM is 12, and well, find themselves a Void Spirit.
Distracted 0.
KidDaro,
aka dead.
if only he got to level 10. Won't get it here this time either. Double kill for Afterlife. Dream is chasing up Miroslav away. Gonna get to siege this 2-2 tower. The creep wave arrives right now. That's gonna take away the backdoor protection.
Morphling is in the bot lane trying to easily try and farm up his Manta. Like, once he gets that, he might feel a little bit better going into the fights, but without it, big issues for Morphling. And now this Morphling's like, do I want to buy E-Blade? Probably not. Pressure in the high ground, live to win 25 minutes. Fair play, you got the Aegis.
Gonna be a difficult rest of the game for them, because they need to have like this, well, almost perfect base defense, so to say. Like, this is when you're playing tower defense and you're falling behind.
Oh, the tornado!
Getting those big ones, the tornado. Stay there. Beautiful evaporation of Cascade heroes. Mastery and Miroslav both down. KidDaro holding the front. Zitrax, he does a decent amount of damage. Shisu gets immersion, and they get the Aegis out of the way. It's a 3 versus 4 fight. Shisu. Mana's getting burnt up. Orchid comes out. Manta. Now he can dispel that silence. It's no longer a problem. See him in trouble. Gets taken out. FN. He's got Zitrax on him. No jumps, though. 5 seconds for Zitrax ulti charge, and Dream is waiting for it. Here comes the Alacrity. Instant jump onto the Morphling. But he's already strength shifting away. He's at 4.4k. Even he blades himself, just in case. But there's no ulti on the anti-mage. Cascade are holding their base. They get to fend off the attackers.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
So danger has been averted.
And this is where Liv, when they're feeling a little bit too confident, a little bit too happy and chipper with their moves there. Yeah, a bit chipper. They were like, the win is in our eyes, especially when FN, he tornadoes the Tiny, and then coincidentally at the same time, Legion's like, let me fight. Oh no, I'm in the tornado too. Oh no. And then, yeah.
Oh no.
But where's Witch Doctor say? Look at it go. But yeah, the Live to win and now 11k up. Cascade will be happy that they're able to punish the overaggression, but only killing the supports won't feel too good. The game has kind of, but the issue is, like, as we cast this, it's like the game went from being very slow, very methodical, very open, like great rotations, but then because of Cascade's errors, the game went from like into like a slippery slope where they're kind of clawing at the game to try and find a kill. They're clawing at the game to try and find space on the map. Obviously, Live to win, they're moving as this bundle of 5. And if someone dies, they're able to turn it around and get more kills from it. So Cascade, realistically, they need to either find a big pick off right now, or they need to try and slow the game down. Punish when Live to win come high ground. There's not that Aegis available soon. Try and get that duel off then. But if they keep playing this disconnected 1-by-1 Dodo, this lead will easily be like 20-25k in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes from Live to win.
All right, we've got a lot of social experiments, but if you look at Invoker's inventory and don't think about the name Invoker holding all these items, what hero comes to your mind? We'll take a look at that after the fight, because that is an interesting one. Shizu gets to roll out. The duel comes out from Mastery, but Dream is the one dealing the damage, but he might just fall first. He doesn't. He's got a 20 HP, and he gets smacked by the tiny tree. And the anti-mage is down. 2 heroes gone. They have taken 1 from Cascade. Meanwhile, the Yules into the air. The Void Spirit Clockwork dropping very low on HP. Afterlife with the BKB charge has already run out, and he's chasing them away. They will take down Zitrax. They will take down KidDaro. And Shizu, 1 versus 3. It's just the Morphling versus the world. He's going to roll out back to safety. Ditch the rest. All that Live to win.
Furion's going in.
Is he? Oh, he is. Silence comes out, but where's the damage? E-Blade.
The E-Blade.
Staring contest.
And the Morphling lost the staring contest.
Roll, and brilliant read with the Sunstrike, but it's not going to be enough to kill Shizu anyway.
Refresh, go again. I don't have a refresher, unfortunately.
Alright, so the main question. Invoker has Solar Crest, Force Staff, and now just finished a Vlad's, which we were looking at before the fight started. What hero comes to mind when you see these items? Because this is not your traditional Invo build.
I think the key thing here is the Vlad's is the item that kind of stands out as a question mark for me. And if you want to apply reasoning, it's the idea that Anti-Mage might want some lifesteal during duel. And that could be the big game changer, especially when he's locked in that big 1v1 fight. The 4 stuff he just needs against Clockwork and Solar Crest, it is quite traditional to buy. So I think this is just from FN. It's just his read on the game going, all right, I don't know how to clock. I need to save my anti-mage, and I'm a Quaswet. So actually, very refreshing to see, especially when some players have really hard aligned thoughts on what to buy, and that can be the big downfall of some players. But no, FN, he is just itemizing really well for what's presented to him in the game right now.
I totally agree on that as well, because it feels like the physical damage it seems to be a little bit stronger for Live to Win, especially when you have this Nature's Prophet who can. I've seen them destroy Terrorblades in 1 versus 1s even after Sunder. But let's see what happens here. They will take Mastery out. Zitrax jumps out. The Tornado keeping the Tiny in the air. And Kadara also, he's just completely helpless on this Clockwork. He's just tanking and soaking hits as he's keeping them away. Immersion looks like to be the target to focus on. He's also rolling out. The Anti-Mage just blinks away in Cascade. Well, they're left empty-handed. They lose 2. And that was actually fighting before the Nature's Prophet had time to respawn and join the fight with the teleport. So that was a 5v4, and they ended up losing 2.
Yeah, the key thing here is it was the high ground advantage from Live to Win. They had the vision, they were ready to instantly jump the Legion. And Anti-Mage, if he can kill the Legion before Legion threatens his life, suddenly the fight can get better. Anti-Mage did drop pretty low, but there just wasn't that extra +1 component to damage to kind of punish Dream for him even trying to kill the Legion, especially when the Furin isn't alive. But you can see from Live to Win's aggression, they don't really care about Cascade and the idea of, well, you can fight us, sure, do what you want, but if we're together, we should be able to win most of these fights. They have the Yules on the Earth Spirit for Kite. They got Glimmer Cape on both Crystal Maiden and Furion. You've already mentioned the Solar Crest, Vlad's and Force on Invoker. Like, they very much itemized for this moment, and that's why they're sweeping across the map together, because their item builds reflect the need to fight and win the game right now.
Yeah, it's a very enjoying moment to be on the team that is applying the pressure. Oh my goodness, Zitrax, you're in a real world of hurt right now. Gets the punishment from the entire Live to Win team.
I'll quickly translate that for the British viewers out there. He was in a spot of bother. Void did go down.
Nice Glimmer approach. Nature's Prophet, Orchid, BKB, closing up on an AC, and then you have that Glimmer Cape just for those openings, for the silence to surprise the Morphling, because all you need, one good silence, like he did before the Manta was ready on the Morphling. It was such a big advantage to just pop that silence out of nowhere and start from there, because then you can just take down their big damage dealer in a matter of seconds.
Well, I love the fact that Dream's going for this half, but a little bit of evasion.
Ooh, Blink Duel, does it go out though? They will take down Mastery before he even gets his ulti off, but they will also kill the Anti-Mage. Shizu really going man mode here. That BKB saving his life. They do get the kick. The slow on the Invoker, the rollout. Beautiful play from Shizu. Triple kill Morphling. And the turnaround from Cascade might be happening. Earth Spirit, his own weapons are being used against him. The silence does come out as well. Another waveform. This guy is just going ham with this movement. The long-range toss, the Clockwork is there as well. Shizu, well, at some point he realizes that I can't keep going like this. But Roche is not up.
Cascade. They just don't respect them. Like,
they don't.
This play they're making right now, there is no way they'd make this against any other team. But right now, they're hitting that high ground with the Legion in the game, with this jump threat that they have. They literally have 5 heroes on Cascade, all can out of nowhere just appear on top of you. Void Spirit, Astral Step, Morphling, Waveform, Tiny Blink, Avatos, Clock, Hookshot, Legion, Blink, Jewel. Literally, there's 5 different ways to surprise a single core lineup that is the Anti-Mage on Live to Win. And they just don't respect that when moving high ground. Like, that is crazy. This could honestly just be Live to Win throwing. If they do that again, Cascade will feel very confident in this game. Like, I did not expect this to be the case. Whew, okay.
They are given a fighting chance. I did the thing I should never have done, so I'll not talk about it. I will completely erase out of my mind that I accidentally pressed F8 on my keyboard, so I'll just leave it there. Though I wanted to press I wanted to press the other ones. The gold graph slowly shifting now. The XP graph. I think this is the most important one. Because we have these supports on Cascade who haven't reached their level 3 ultimates. They've been so far behind in XP. Clockwork didn't even have a level 2 ultimate. Like, 8-7 minutes into this game because he was just being bullied the whole time.
Dude,
he was
that
level
100
9 when everybody else was like 15.
I must say, though, the 100 damage on Clockwork level 2 hook is insane. It's, of course, the cooldown and range that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Imagine if Hookshot was like, once you connect it, it's just like, oh, actually, no, I don't know. My mind is just, I'm all about the new patch right now. I'm just so giddy to see what's happening.
I know. I'm trying
like,
to avoid that feeling so hard.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right, okay, but more importantly, Cascade, they actually, even though it's 10k down, they should be really confident now. Mastery has BKB, Morphling has BKB.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, Live to Win have actually just thrown every little ounce of lead that they had. Like, it might say 10k, it might say 90% win probability, but with this BKB timing, as long as Cascade don't fight 1 by 1 and enter a fight cleanly, they could be just winning every fight now.
Oh, the bait onto the high ground emerge. Oh, the beautiful saving Yules. BKB is already popped by Shisu. Might be the big turnaround at the end of this fight, but they have to make it happen right now. Soneko at half HP. Kidaro dropping low, dreaming on the back line. They will take 1 for 1 for now. BKB from Afterlife will be enough, and the duel comes out as well. But Mastery,
no.
he's not winning these duels. He's not winning these duels, not at all. He will even duel the illusion out of all things. And Shisu is down as well. Cascade will lose their heroes. And this anti-mage illusion has more duel victory damage than the other one, which is super weird because it was the illusion that won the duel in the end. But
as long as they don't go 1 by 1, Panda, as long as they didn't go 1 by 1, and unfortunately for Cascade, they all went on different targets, and that was very unfortunate to see. Live to Win instantly capitalized on that misplay of the team fight. Alacrity anti-mage cleans up mid-racks, already threatening bot. With no buyback on Legion, this should just be a second rack.
It was a beautiful way to start things off with Immersion frontlining and gets his own defensive duels. Pops the BKBs of the important cores, and Cascade, they're fighting for their lives here. Miroslav being chased up. He's going to get Yulesed up into the air. They will trade Kidaro and Soneko. Once again, Kidaro coming in with a buyback. The Sunstrike doesn't connect onto Miroslav. And the jump from Citrax. Does he get any damage onto Immersion's Earth Spirit? He's trying his best. He might be able to get it. And the 200 HP, he will get the kill in the end. So 2 heroes down from Live to Win, and Cascade still with these buybacks. They need to get some more. They need to get this AM kill. The disarm comes out. Shisu still trying to go for the roll-in. Can he detect the anti-mage? He's looking for the high ground, but he can't find him there. And it's just going to keep blinking all the way south while the rest of them are going towards the west. But Shisu also realizes that we're close to the Roche pit. Let's instantly take this Roshan, fight with the Aegis, and this just might be Cascade's last opportunity on holding because they just bought back.
No, 100%. Like, they just used all their resources just to try and keep themselves in the game. Aegis will be the best thing they can obtain, but I think I kind of hyped up Cascade to have this moment of maybe comeback potential, and that fight just in the mid lane, 3-4 minutes ago, kind of showcased how it was a lot harder than expected. And now they're in that same position again where they feel confident. They might look for a pickoff, but look at the Fury already skipping these waves, are already being a thorn in the side of Cascade.
Yeah. Bottom lane all the way pushed in. And then the Ranger Axe falls to the Treants. Now that mid lane is definitely going to push harder.
All right, Fury, send him to the other racks. Start clicking. Where's the value?
I think he's just trying to block the creep wave, I guess.
No, he is. He's trying to prevent Cascade from...
Yeah, they're on auto attack. They were attracted by the courier the moment it went past, so you could realize that they have been A-clicked onto the ground, that they'll aggro any target that goes nearby. It would have been funny if that courier actually flew past those treants. That would have been a free courier kill.
And now anti-mage, he has the halberd. He feels so much better in these fights, especially that evasion now. He has the lifesteal from the Vlads and the Invoker, the Solar Crest for a bit more armor, plus his own evasion built in, soon to be Satanic. So anti-mage, he's about 2-3 minutes away from realistically being unkillable.
There's a smoke on Cascade. They're trying to bait with the Morphling. Now they have to play reactive. They can't play the aggressors. They would want to, but they're in a position right now where they have to keep pushing the waves and stick together at the same time. And that is super annoying when you're playing against a Nature's Prophet. You could say that you're at a handicap. You can't be everywhere anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I think that also I'd like to meme you there a little bit and say it's a factor of being 17k down to 2 racks, but
yeah, I mean, true, but still, yeah. I mean, it is just down to the mobility being so much better on Live to Win. Like, you have more food, yeah, but that's like the only hero. But also, he can now be killed if he's alone somewhere, so kind of adds up to that. You just have to stick together, stay close, and focus on one lane at a time.
The buddy system, for sure.
The buddy system, that's what I was going on about.
There we go. That's the nice thing about Live to Win's lineup. Like, if the game was to get harder, they can keep the map open, like you were saying. And for Cascade, they don't have that built into their draft. So now that they're behind, they're feeling that pressure a lot more.
DD on the Morphling. Might that be the trick? Might that be the thing to go for? The AM has been dueled and he's going down, and they will take down Dream. Jisoo with that Aegis rushes towards the middle of Live to Win and tries to get those hits in while Mastery falls. Immersion taking a man fight against Miroslav, and Afterlife just dishing these crazy right clicks as well. So it might just come down to the Nature's Prophet versus the Morphling fight. But Jisoo, he's stunned up, he's down, but that's only the Aegis. Round 2 is just about to start, but it's him versus 3. Immersion rolling in, getting the control. Dream has just brought back to this as well. The Morphling, he might have to be, well, I don't even know what's going on right now. Jisoo's down, that's it. That's it. There's no way that Cascade can hold with just the Void Spirit and the LC when Nature's Prophet is just teleporting behind you inside the base, saving Yules from the Void Spirit. 10 seconds for BKB. One more ulti charge, being relentlessly chased by Dream. Mastery also thrown into the air. Blink cancelled, pops his Blade Mail, and there we have it. Mastery surrounded by Treants, nowhere to run, and down as well. Citrax. 1 versus 3, while Afterlife is slowly taking down those tier 4 towers. Gets the jump and gets the damage, but he needs to kill this NP off 400 HP. Can he get him the Glimmer Cape? Can't see him. He's just taunting on the ground, TPing away. Oh, that is such a move. Again, Citrax dead. Goes for the buyback. Well, 30 seconds, my boy.
Props to him. He's keeping himself in the end. He thinks his team can do it. PM, mate. PM. Dead. Alright,
GG.
So GG, Live to Win, game 1. A very weird game, I won't lie, lads. All those watching, it did feel reminiscent of a more relaxed game coming out from Live to Win. Because again, of course, Cascade, they're the underdogs here. They're the ones that are trying to prove to us that they can fight up against these, up-and-coming teams within the EU CIS region. Live to Win, you can kind of feel that in the way that they played. They were very kind of blasé with some of their aggression. But at least they kept their finger on the way in which they should win the game. Have the numbers there. If they're going to make a funny, weird play, at least do it as 5, because they might be able to win the play. Cascade, they had this big timing that they aligned themselves to. They had great start, the idea of the game. They had this great itemization, but then they just fell apart. They didn't get to utilize their Blink on the Legion, Blink on the Tiny. The Morphling rushed E-Blade, and at that point, it went a slippery slope to like 10, 11k to Live to Win, and Antimage, he was very aggressive with his plays, but luckily in that last fight, he was baiting out the fact he has buyback. Cascade didn't have the buyback, so even though he instantly dies, buybacks turn the fights around and Live to win. But still, a very weird game. I think if Live to Win play this in game 2, Cascade can very easily take it. Just they need to be a little bit more on the same page.
They can. That early aggression was beautiful, and as you can see us on camera right now as well, we're getting to experience a very interesting game 1 with a total of 86 kills. So I think this is off to a really interesting best of 3, at least in terms of fighting. If that's what you're up to, this is what you're witnessing right now, and you will see more, because this best of 3 is headed to game 2, though we're going to take a tiny break and a tiny breather in between, so we'll see you guys in a bit.